Hello viewers, I am Rohit Khurana, your host on Carblog India, and we are back with another interesting video. Today we are in conversation with Mr. Tarun Garg. He is Director of Sales, Marketing and Service with Hyundai India, and today we are going to pick his brain on some of the questions that we have about the cars from Hyundai, as well as some questions that we have from the newly launched 2022 Hyundai Venue. That is going with the hashtag Live the Lit Life. Sir, a very warm welcome to our channel.
Thank you, Rohit. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
So it's a beautiful weather in Hyderabad, and we are doing this interview. It's really good to catch you for this, and thank you for your time. So my first question is that Hyundai has been on the forefront when it comes to offering features. Even this car Venue that we have here has plenty of features. So how many buyers have gone for the higher variants or the top variants of this car as per the booking numbers that you have received so far?
So this is very important because compact SUV segment is now the biggest segment in India, and Venue has always set some new benchmarks, even when it was launched in 2019. Now in 22, we have come with the new Venue with 40 plus changes. You talked about features, home to car, Alexa. You see the seats, the power seat at the driver, or the rear seat as well. We have a reclining option. There are 60 plus connectivity features, and also what we have done is in terms of commands, 65 commands have been embedded, because one feedback we got from the customers was that they don't want to wait for the car to respond, and because of the internet speed sometimes there's a little bit of a lag. So we have embedded those features, and now the car responds very, very fast. So it's a super response. Almost 21,000 bookings have been received, out of which 35% are for diesel, 20% for turbo, and 45% for the petrol. So very good mix of the three. And I would say the sunroof, because which has become a huge hit with Hyundai cars, and 37% of all Hyundai cars are now sold with sunroof, and especially now the voice enabled sunroof is getting some excellent response, because now we have the sunroof in the 1.2 as well. So the higher end trims of course are much higher in demand, and let us see, because it is still very early days, so trims and all customers would change going forward, because it takes about 7 days for the trims to stabilize. Yeah.
Sir, since we are here at Hyderabad experiencing this car, what is the next product? I probably know this already, but I'm still asking you for our viewers. What is the next big launch from the SUV segment we can expect from Hyundai India?
Look, Hyundai has always, in fact, been at the forefront of launching new products. Last 2 years, of course, it was COVID and all, 2.5 years, but we have launched more than 10 products. And in SUVs now, of course, we are the segment leader in 20 as well as 21, 5 products. The new Tucson is on its way, of course, which is again going to set some new benchmarks in the industry. We have already announced the launch of Ioniq 5 in India, which is again, World Car of the Year. So I'm really looking forward to that car. And also one car in the N-Line range, because we had introduced N-Line last year, and we had promised to all our customers that this range will be expanded. So one car will come in the N-Line range as well. So I think a lot of exciting things to look forward to even in the second half of the year.
So this N-Line car that we are talking about, is it going to be from the SUV or non-SUV segment?
So I think there should be some element of surprise. So let us wait. Let us not divulge all the cars now.
All right, sir. Sir, next question is about the Santro, which was discontinued very recently. So should we expect a replacement for the entry-level customers?
So look, Rohit, Hyundai strategy has always been to keep the customer at the center. So if you see the customer trends, very clearly the trend is shifting more and more towards higher end cars, more and more towards SUVs. In fact, SUVs now contribute 41% to the overall industry, as against 35% for hatches. So very clearly this trend is there. The other very typical data which I like to give you, which is very, very exciting, is that cars more than 10 lakh rupees. In 2018, when we see the overall industry, only 16% of the cars sold were more than 10 lakh rupees. Now, 37% of the cars sold are more than 10 lakh rupees. So the whole idea is customer does not want to compromise on the features in the car, technology, the design. So very clearly Indian customer is evolving, and we at Hyundai are continuously evolving with the customer and really giving him those options. Because what has also happened is customer is spending more and more time in the car. Today you see, if you have to travel maybe 400 kilometers, 500 kilometers, you want to take that vacation in the car with your family. I think that is what we have tried to do. Even in the new venue, even in the rear seats, you can see that the leg room has increased. You know, there is so much of space now, and the thigh support is there. Driver power seat means that you will have a much better, you know, position. 4 positions are there, in fact, for the driving seat. The whole idea is all 4 occupants of the car should really feel comfortable while sitting in the car. I think that is the whole idea, and customer is clearly evolving, especially the generation MZ, because 36% of the venue sales are now coming from first time buyers. I think this is a significant number, and very clearly these first time buyers are now jumping straight, you know, and to the SUVs, rather than, you know, the stepwise approach. First I take a hatch and then move to SUV.
Sir, what about the Creta facelift? Should we expect it this year?
So Creta was launched only in 2020. I think it's only 2 years, and the response is too good. In fact, we are still struggling to meet the high demand, and the waiting period is very high. So I think there is still a lot of time to go. I think Creta is really receiving some excellent response from the customer. It has been the segment leader, and so we are very confident that Creta will continue to do well, because it has really become a cult brand in India, and it is also kind of pride, you know, for Hyundai.
We really applaud Hyundai for their community service during the COVID times. Now that the pandemic is towards the end, what are the CSR activities that Hyundai will be focused on?
So I think CSR is an integral part of you know, Hyundai Motor Foundation, and we have always worked with the government and the communities right from the time we have come to India. So there are so many programs we started, which we are continuing. You know, we are working with the artists in Gurgaon as well, because the whole idea is how can we get associated with the culture of India and really work for sometimes people who are not recognized. You know, so in Chennai plant, of course, 89% of the plant is already now runs on sustainable energy sources, and we work with the communities around the plant as well. So I think many activities are being done at the state level. We were in Nagpur recently for some more activities. With the Haryana government also, we are working on a lot of projects. So I think as far as Hyundai is concerned, pandemic or no pandemic, we will continue to really work with the governments, various state governments and communities, because we feel that is one responsibility we have towards this country.
Thank you, sir. My next question is about the electric vehicle segment. You have already announced the Ioniq 5. Is Hyundai also planning to get in the affordable EV segment, wherein we can see smaller cars at a, you know, lower price point?
So Rohit, you would have seen that we have already announced that by 2028 our portfolio of battery electric vehicles will be 6, and which will have cars in every segment. So the whole idea is that in IC engine we started with Santro, and then when we moved up in electric vehicles, Kona and Ioniq 5 kind of, you know, the flag bearers, the torch bearers, the premium segment, and then probably we move down. So because you know, as far as EVs is concerned, it is not only about the product. We have to really work on the charging infrastructure. We have to work on the entire ecosystem. The battery prices also going forward will come down. So I think we are working on a lot of things. So please be assured, we have already promised that 6 BEVs by 28. So we will have 6 BEVs by 28, and they will be across the segments.
We'll look forward for it, sir.
Thank you.
My next question is about the IMT variants. Since it's not very you know, familiar technology for many customers who are experiencing it for the first time, how is the demand for IMT? If you can give us an approximate ratio mix for venue or across the segment, how well is the IMT being received?
So IMT is a very you know, kind of India-centric kind of a technology, especially considering the huge traffic that we have, the kind of time we spend in our cars. And you know, the feedback from the customers was that, you know, they want this 2-pedal technology. At the same time, obviously the affordability of automatics also comes, you know, becomes an issue. So IMT takes care of both the things, that you know, you don't get tired, and of course you have full control over the gearbox as well. So we have received some great response in the venue. Close to 9% of the venue sales are coming from IMT, which I think is a very good start, because it is just a concept, and we believe that this will only go up from here. So I think IMT, DCT, AMT, AT, the whole idea is that Hyundai is one manufacturer which offers close to 5 different technologies in the automatic domain also. So we have always believed that our job is to offer choice to the customer, and it is up to the customer to choose.
Just a follow-up question to the IMT. If we compare IMT versus AMT, is the IMT more cost-effective to produce compared to the AMT?
Look, IMT, the delta is about 20,000 rupees.
Okay.
So 18 to 20,000 rupees.
Okay.
But IMT is available generally with turbo engine.
Right.
And as far as AMT is concerned, the delta is about 45,000 rupees.
Okay.
So IMT is really the most cost effective in terms of delta versus a like-to-like manual variant.
Right.
So that is where I think is the beauty about IMT, that it really brings in a lot of affordability, and customers can really get those advantages, some of those advantages of automatic while driving an IMT.
Thank you so much for enlightening us with so much information and deep dive into technology and product line. We really appreciate you giving us time, and thank you so much for this interaction. We come to the close of this interview, so I would again want to thank my viewers for your time, and thank Mr. Tarun Garg for his time for this interview. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rohit.